But they asked a question. Who or what was responsible for you being in church? Who or what? I'm trying to find it. But how did you come to church? They polled 10,000 people or so in America. And they were asking, how did you come to church? Was it by a breakfast meeting? Was it by a crusade? Was it by a Sunday school? Whatever. Who or what was responsible? I would have loved to find this. Sunday school, 1.2%. Church convention, 1.8%. Sunday school, 0.8%. Then there was one personal invitation by a friend, 78%. Personal. Listen, from today, make up your mind. Listen, a soul winner is a maker of friendships. It's a developer of friendships. You one prayer 300, and then she goes, she'll be at the back, and then they will come and get the rice. So they get the rice. So they were always coming to church. So you see that people are sitting down there preaching, but they are not listening. No. They are waiting for the service to end. The Bible says, for there is no foundation apart from that which has already been laid. Don't establish that. The Bible says in Hebrews, it said it is good that the heart is established with grace and not with meats. The writer of Hebrews had me in mind. For it is a good thing that the heart be established with grace. It's the grace of God that is generated by prayer, intense prayer. It's that grace that keeps us. Nobody gave me no rice. Nobody bussed me to church. Not one. I've never sat in a car to be taken to church. Well, maybe when I was outside the country. But in Ghana, where I've spent most of my life, there's nobody living or dead who can say that he or she is responsible for my church attendance. Never! I would walk miles and take a trotro into the city center and walk miles. What are you talking about? My heart was established with grace. Not with cupcakes. The rice. One morning I was at home and the Lord spoke to me. Because not every voice you hear as a pastor is from God. That day I heard God. He said, who taught you to build a church with rice? Is it Bishop Dagwood Mills or which book? You build a church with rice. I said, oh, the members are not, they need sustenance. They don't have food. It's just a social whatever. In the book of Acts, they were giving rice and food. Then he asked me, are they widows? Are they widows? He said, if you lack the knowledge of how to build a church, be honest and say it. Don't use rice as a cover-up. And I was using rice as a cover. I called her. I said, if you don't know and you bring rice to church today. She made a U-turn with the rice. The members came, looking around. No coupons. Hey! They went home. Next week they came. No coupons. Third week. Then the church began to go down. But as it began to go down, then the grace of God that brought understanding and knowledge kicked in. And I began to plant satellite churches. Within a month, my church had grown by 500 members. 1 month. Did anybody give you rice to keep you in the church? Did anybody give you cupcakes? Are you in that? Are you in this church? Which church are you in? Makane. Okay, not in this, but you're in the UD. Okay, you're a pastor also. Were you given cupcakes for you to stay in church? What will you say about a pastor who makes cupcakes to keep the members in church? She doesn't know what she's doing. It is good. It's a good thing. Stop buying airtime for your members. Stop buying it. But they are watching pornography already. If they won't come on, they should die. Pray for them. Pray for them. Don't buy airtime. Don't buy check. Don't buy whatever. Stop it. Stop it. Has anybody come to ask you for airtime to watch pornography? They are watching it anyway, all night. They watch it and masturbate till they collapse. To come online for a flow prayer meeting, you must buy airtime. You are establishing their hearts with airtime and not with grace. And I give you just 3 weeks. Shakol. Shakol. I was telling somebody that had it not been Isaiah 40:11, which talks about a shepherd leading, feeding, carrying, and gathering, I would have even not liked to bus people to church. A lot of the people we bus to church, especially from the hinterland, is just tourism. It's an outing. They are doing nothing in their area. So they sit on the buses and they come, they as they are on the bus, they are looking into town, new buildings. And when they come, they don't even sit in church. They go and sit somewhere and are fooling around. But there's a verse which says a shepherd should carry. That's why we carry them. But I wasn't carried to church. And where I was staying in my church, today, it's a Nobel Prize I should have won. Nobody can say that he or she is responsible for me, my going to church. My heart was established by the grace of God. Grace. And the Bible says it is a good thing. Can you see there? It's a good thing. That the heart of your soul, that convert, should not be established with rice and kinky and fish. It is grace that keeps us. If you use rice, the day rice finishes, there will be shakal barrenness. You will miscarry. But thank God, the grace of God doesn't get finished. Rice can get finished. Time will run out. But grace of God, settle down and pray. Settle down and pray. Fast. Fast. Mention their name. Prince Osei, Kwame Boateng, AC Francis, Comfort Osei. Are you Comfort? Making mention of you in my prayers. Making mention. Be in your room. Is that Jojo? Be in your room and pray. And stop, beloved, dozing all over the place. Sit in the room. Do you have a list of your members? Pray for them. Pray for them. Otherwise, Shakal says that you get pregnant. You can even give birth. But the baby is so abnormal that the baby is just dies after 2 days. Madula Madiago Mazia Dagabadaba. Did you know that you can give birth to a normal baby? I mean, to a baby who can die after 2 days? Did you know that? Because the baby has complex arterial malformations, hypoplastic lungs, abnormal cerebral what?
Johnson syndrome.
It was Johnson syndrome. Yes. Yes. Some of you give birth to so abnormal members who don't. You know, I was so incensed that I even said, don't buy a Bible for no one. But sometimes you must be kind. So we just help with Bibles. Anything a person hasn't put his money in, it means his heart is. Even the person, don't be the only one going for money. Let the members, they themselves, collect money from them. It's called Bacenta Basin Income Generation. BBIG. Let the members, the converts themselves, who sit on the bus, let them pay for where your treasure is. That's where your heart will be. Don't turn the church into an NGO. The church is not World Vision. Rather, pray. That's why Peter said in Acts 4, we will give ourselves to prayer and the word. Prayer. Prayer. That's why I believe that a lot of pastors and bacenta leaders must be very poor. Yes. When you are very poor, you only depend on the grace of God. Yes. Nowhere to turn. It's your money that is disturbing you. Yes. So you see that when money is withdrawn, they can't stay. I pray that none here from today will suffer from shackle barrenness. I pray from today, anybody you give birth to will be brought up well. Malimo masa mahandala babaya damakota bayandaba. Shackle. Shackle. Let your hands and pray. We've not closed. Pray that you will not be an abortionist. Remember, I've told you, is that you don't dump people in the church. Be friends with them. Develop friendship. Zacchaeus, calm down. Barnabas kept Paul. Always there is someone who keeps a person in the church. Lift your hands and pray. Madikabola basatalaba. Mandiabosa papahanda. Pray and develop your friendship abilities.
Rika tabani mini ando kokorobodoko shidikika. Li babani na mama ko sade.
The meanings of the word to win is to marry. To win. Let me read it to you. You may think I'm lying. What is it? Proverbs 11:30. Proverbs 11:30. Winneth. That word win is from the Hebrew word lakak. L-A-Q-A-C-H. Now, listen to this. It means, the word lakak, winneth. It means to take. It means to get. He that taketh a soul. It also means to fetch. So you go, you fetch. But it's bigger than fetch. It means to receive. It means to bring. It means, mommy, what is it? To marry. What does it say? Take a wife. So winning a soul involves the same processes that you go through to take a wife. No. I mean, how do you get a wife? You meet a girl in town, you meet a girl in church, you meet a girl somewhere, and you go through so many things to remove the girl from her father's hands. And put her in your house. Is he your brother? Did his father give birth to you? Did his mother give birth to you? Where did he find you? He found her as a total stranger. But by the time he was done with her, she told her father, you gave birth to me. You paid my school fees. You bought panties for me. You gave me everything. But I found someone. Yes, I can't stay with you any longer. We need members who will say, you gave me Indian hemp to smoke, you gave me beer to drink, you make fornication nice, but I can't stay with you any longer. I've met somebody who has become friends with me so much that I'm leaving you. I'm leaving you. I'm leaving you. To win a soul means to marry. And it's true. It's true. What do you think it takes to plant the person from town, a stranger, in the church? It's not just singing. Jesus went to town, to the beach, to the marketplace, to wherever. He found total strangers. He ate with them, visited them, prayed for their mothers-in-law, related with them. Even one day he said that we are no more, we are friends. You and I, we are friends. Lakak means to marry. Short of having sex with her. In any case, aren't there marriages without sex? A lot of husbands and wives walking around wearing rings. Sometimes they wear the same material. The man is wearing this, and the woman is also. You see a lot in Nigeria. Green lace. Green lace. No sex. I met my church members, husband and wife. I asked them, how is sex life? A church doesn't make friends. It's human beings who engage. Human beings who engage. Learn how to engage. Learn to make friends. If you just go out and win a soul and damn the person, you are a wicked person. A soul winner is an expert at making friends. and pray. Pray. Use prayer. Establish the soul's heart with grace. Go back to your churches and look at your records. And use the records to shame yourself. Whatever you call yourself. Where are the souls? Where are the souls? The third one I'm leaving with you as we part company is Melecha. Melecha. M-E-L-E-Cha. Melecha. It's also a type of barrenness. And this word means a salted land. A salted land. Maladia diabadia kabada. You put a seed on it, it doesn't germinate. It's a salted land. A desert. Or a barren land. People suffering. My dear friend, I just want to say that soul winning is not a church activity. Soul winning is not a church activity. Soul winning is a personal activity. Jesus did not send a church. He sent human beings. In Luke 10, Jesus sent the disciples 2 by 2. You cannot remove your person from soul winning. You can't just go to town and bring somebody and leave him in the church. A soul. If I didn't take you, then I don't have any responsibility. But the girl who takes you is the girl in whose field the seed is planted. Remember that souls are not planted in churches. Souls are not planted in churches. Everybody who is in the church is really. Look, as I've lived, I have found amazing relationships in the church that I didn't know. You won't see it in the church. You may think the brother is just in the church, but he's in the church because of that one day. You may never see them together in church, but at the right time, you will know that somebody is responsible for this guy being in church. You won't see. I saw this sister recently with another lady in the church. I was shocked. I have never, since I was born, seen her with that lady together in the church. Never. Something happened. And as I was talking to her, I got to know that she and that girl, like as she's sitting there, it's like there's some underground tunnels, like Hezbollah tunnels. People are not just existing loosely in the church. Get it right. Some sisters in the church you think don't have beloveds actually are being beloved those by Bluetooth by a brother at the back. No, listen, I'm talking about church. The point I am making is that people are actually planted in people's lives, but you will know it. You will know it. You may think the person is in the church because of your preaching. Well, it's true.